Looks like the dentist who said to get this out of my mouth within a week was correct. But I went back to the same hospital who put it in, and they said come back on the 25th. How's that grab you, America? Washington D.C, United States. Adrian, I love you, Adrian. Yeah. Oh well, that's what you get for starting fights, because they have fluffy ass fucking looking wannabe Wu-Tang shit that they tried to red, white, and blue Colonel Sanders style. You can't fuck with Wu-Tang. You can't fuck with the black and gold. Quit trying to steal the shit. Get a better fucking symbol, Capitals. Why are we bombing Yemen? That's Saudi Arabia's shit. What the fuck is going on around here? Fuck. Those are all new names for those countries, by the way, created during World War II. And this whole little scenario right here is going on in a part of the world that's about as big as my nutsack. However, it's the crossroads between multiple continents. And American maps make Africa look tiny on the maps. Africa's 5 times as big as the United States, but on most maps it looks the same. So that little crossroads piece of land right there with all those new names on it was created by crackers a few years ago who started World War I and II, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Bunch of pricks. Well, that's how shit is really at. That's really what's at. Something wrong with this dentish and stuff, what MedStar did, so I'm gonna have to get this figured out. Someone got arrested for a second opinion at the hospital, and it's 2024. It's disconcerting, to say the least. I was almost murdered about 2 weeks ago, and I was arrested now the other day, but I was chupacabring way too much. So now I basically have to get my shit together and go ask the people at the hospital, is this normal? Why would they tell me to come back on the 25th? They never even gave me any release papers that said this instructions on what happened and how to aftercare it. So it's Friday. I got to go to Reston and get it figured out. On the way. I just saw a crazy big ass rat. It's disgusting. It's probably like 5:30 in the morning. And I was walking around, I was like, what the fuck? And so you ask yourself, if you're visiting from another part of the world or another part of the country, what the fuck is that? And a lot of questions you ask when you're coming from another part of the world. Most people make fun of the White House because it's so small. That's just a fact. Most countries, for their leadership, have gigantic buildings and houses for the leadership families. However, in D.C., you get small house and you get vomit and rats. And quite honestly, I'm not sure why the subway systems are open this morning. I got in from Vienna yesterday early before 7 o'clock too, so hey, I think there's a fucking train on the way though, and that one just left. Which leads me to my second thing. How do people from Reston or somewhere else turn trains around underground between Ballston and East Falls Church? Or how do they talk to me over the intercom magically with technology? Or how's there a bunch of people on subways riding this morning and it's only like 5:30 or something? Well, looks like the number one to Glenmont's on the way. Guess what happens when you live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? When you live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and you're imported to work in the coal mines, canary in a coal mine. That's what my great-grandfather Vizdos was. Listen and talk. Talk about what? Morgan said Nate. You hear that? He said talk about what? Figure that one out.
Doors open. This is a red line train to Glenmont. Move to the center of the car. The next stop is Metro Center.
The best part about riding early in the morning is how this happens. It's a full train. Ha ha. Modern technology is amazing. So's modern communication skills and artificial intelligence and lies, and we all over $101,000 in debt, and some people are on the collecting end of the 34 trillion and the rest of us are on the paying end of the 34 trillion. Who's on that team though? I don't know, but this is about a mountain train, so we should just play lottie-dottie, we like the potty. And I don't know where the fuck Snoop Dogg is, because this is like the soul train, not the soul plane. I want music and I want Dr. Dre now.
Doors open. This is a red line train to Glenmont, California. Center of the car. Next stop is Gallery Train, Chinatown.
This is one of the weirdest things you've ever done in your life, right? Because it's only 5:40 in the morning. Working class people, you know how we do. Get up early, go to work. Early in the morning. Which brings me to my next point. Why do some children have to leave for school at 6 in the morning on a school bus out in the country? However, their parents don't even leave for work until 8 o'clock or whatever. So why are kids leaving and being sent off to be brainwashed and taught lies? I think there's some curious people who are wondering why the subway is working at this time in the morning, but I'm glad they're going to work just like me, because in most cities in the world, guess what? In most cities in the world, that are important, trains run 24/7. Why not Washington, D.C.? Ha.